Whew. This is exciting. Today, we are unboxing a very special sneaker. Not just any ordinary sneaker. This sneaker has been designed by probably one of the biggest or the biggest tech YouTuber out there, Marques Brownlee or MKBHD. If you're a tech nerd, you probably know him. And this is the first time I've ever seen any YouTuber, let alone Marques is not even a fashion YouTuber, create a product like this, a full-blown sneaker from scratch. And you know, there's always people who make merch, clothing and whatnot, like custom prints, but a full-blown sneaker? That's pretty impressive. Now, these came out about a month or two ago, actually. They've been released for a long time, but the pre-orders went in and they took forever to finally ship until now. But yeah, before I talk too much about this, let's just crack it open and get a first impression to see what the hype is all about. Trusty, dusty knife. Wow, wow, wow. Check that out, guys. Atoms x MKBHD. Now, Atoms is the company that actually manufactures the sneaker, but it's collaborated with MKBHD all the way from the design elements, the material choices. So yeah, a really solid, you know, clean box. We have a little label over here that says 29. Also all the details about the sneakers, the sizing and whatnot. Designed in New York, made in South Korea. So we're gonna crack this thing open. Ooh, okay. I like the color scheme going on. Very MKBHD like, you know, the red and black. And let's take a look underneath. Nice paper material. Ooh, okay. Sheesh. Look at that. First impressions taking it out of the box. This thing is super light. Just based on the size and the look of this sneaker, I would imagine it's pretty heavy, but surprisingly, it's super light. Now, Marques's goal with this sneaker wasn't just to create a cool sneaker. He wanted something that represented him, was able to express his story, and hence why it says 251 on the side. So that is actually the exact length of his first ever video on YouTube. So it's really cool how they implemented it with this really high quality stitching actually onto the shoe. The overall look of the shoe has a very similar design language to something like the Jordan 1 highs. And he did mention that was one of his inspirations for this, and I can definitely tell that it has some of those elements on here. Just for comparison's sake, here is a Jordan 1 high. If you look at them side by side, pretty similar actually. Besides the, you know, the upper area is a little bit more sort of straight, whereas on the Jordans, it's more angled downward. The Atoms one is actually lighter, significantly lighter than a Jordan 1 high. Some more cool features on this. On the tongue, we have a little badge over here that is autographed by Marques. Not that it's physically autographed by him, but it's, you know, it's printed on here. Has kind of like an off-whitey kind of vibe, I gotta say, with the exterior tag. Another cool small detail on the side, it says NYC. I don't know necessarily the connection with that. I know there's a lot more, you know, narrative with this shoe that he, you know, talked about within his release video. You can read up all about it or, you know, watch his video talking about all the details. But yeah, this is a pretty solid looking shoe. The underneath part, the sole, has this sort of cheese grater look. Kind of reminds me of like that Apple supercomputer. I forgot the name of it. Mac Pro or something? I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly the inspiration for this. I don't know if he mentioned it in this video, but definitely looks like cheese grater vibes down here. Not exactly sure how that will perform in terms of the grip. Now, these are limited edition and they were pre-orders, so the people who were able to buy one around the release time were probably able to get it for retail. They were about 170 bucks, which is pretty decent, a little bit on the higher scale for sneakers in general, but because they are limited edition and they're made by a YouTuber that has quite a following, these things have resale value. I was looking on eBay last night and I saw people listing these dead stock for 3 to 4, even 500 bucks resale, which I'm not surprised about because that's kind of the mindset going into it. I kind of knew that that's going to happen. Anything that's limited edition, anything that has, you know, a popular or, you know, well-known name tied to it is gonna create that sort of resale culture. And me personally, I don't know exactly if I'm gonna resell these or not, because what Marques actually wanted people to do with these sneakers is to actually wear them and beat them up and use it as a daily sneaker, which is why he did a lot of research and development into making this shoe very functional. Like the pull strap, you know, this little ring on it makes it easier to kind of slip on and off, or if you want to hang them. The actual material choices as well, you know, he thought about comfort, so he had to really design the sole to be plush and comfortable, you know, water resistant, etc., etc. And so with that being said, I'm actually gonna test these on, try them on, tell you how they feel, and I'm gonna give you a review on if these are a solid sneaker or not. These shoes are so comfortable, more comfortable than my Jordan 1s. Like, the padding is crazy. Have you guys ever worn like Yeezys or something before, where it's like super plush, or like NMDs, like any sort of those running shoes? These feel like running shoes. Damn, guys, I am actually impressed. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan of MKBHD, like the actual shoe is pretty solid. Now, I can't say how long these will last or if they're gonna be like a long-term sneaker. The only way to find out is to just wear these more and go on more trips with it. I'm pretty blown away right now because it's pretty impressive for a YouTuber to create something this good, and it has no business being this good. If you guys want to pick one up for yourself, I'll leave like the official link to this. I'm not sure if they're sold out by now, but you can always find these for resale and whatnot. This gets an A+ for me. Congrats, Marques.